Perfect Grade Podcast.
Welcome to an episode with the Perfect Grade Podcast, all about our beloved hobby sponsored by Armored Komodo Heavy Industries. We've interviewed photographers, influencers, and GBWC champions, but today is something special. Here right now at PSMS Ayala Malls by the Bay, we'll be interviewing two legends. One who written his work, his mecha legacy, and his Gunpla passion all in his own books, and the other hundreds of hobbyists all around battle in this fiery competition for recognition and glory thanks to his influence in Tetsujin. Mecha is his hobby, but passion is his project. Welcome to the show, Eday, Nung, and Kenny Lim. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how is everyone? How is everyone? Eday, Kenny?
Amazing. I'm like, you've been here like for the past, I think 3 or 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah, and so far I like the energy, the vibe of the Philippines and the people that I met all the time. And of course the food.
Yeah, for me, I'm enjoying the food. The vibe here is very nice, and I look at entries, fantastic. Yeah.
I can see. I've been looking at Eday's posts. He's been eating a lot of Uncle John's.
Oh yeah, there was like, it's the most, the things that I must do, the ritual that,
Yeah.
before I go to sleep, back to the hotel.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Kenny? What Filipino food have you liked so far?
Well, I've been sticking to the normal foods, regular foods, and I think it's quite happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and since you both are judging at PSMS 2025 right now, what are you both personally looking into when evaluating entries?
Maybe you want to go.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I'm looking at the presentation of the entry,
Yeah.
but it's in terms of creativity, the impact that it gives me, So I'm mostly looking at the kind of feeling that evokes, the entry evokes. So I'm looking for something like that, something that can inspire people, something like that. And of course, I'm also looking at because for Tetsujin we look at basics, so the fundamentals is also very important for me personally. Yeah. Then other than that is the creativity, the kind of thing that if the model is able to portray across the things they want to us to see, that kind of story, the plot or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
So
you, Kenny. What about you?
I think in general about the same as what has Kenny mentions.
Right.
So I think creativity is one of the key aspects that I was looking into,
Okay.
and I think it's also sometimes I realize a lot on the feeling in the sense like it's not just giving a wow feeling, but I will put it into a few aspects. For example, like the inspiration.
Okay.
So inspiration is also like the first thing was like I was actually hoping to seeing something that inspired me. Right, that can, sometimes you see something, it just spark you. Okay, maybe I can. Oh yeah, this is something that I want to do. Or if something can lead you to your another idea. I think this is usually what I'm looking for, because since I'm here, I have a chance to browse it. And then I think the second thing is it will be like what sort of like entry that's actually can be representing.
Yeah.
Okay, the competition itself. Okay, we because I believe like if you pay attention to the different kind of like competitions in the different places or even country, you somehow somewhere find out that there's some sort of like iconic or a key direction and style on how the community build the model kit itself. So I think this is like a very kind of like exciting part when I got a chance to see, identify, what is the trend right now happening here, what's this more people looking towards to and stuff like that. Yeah. I think and the rest is more like we see like I would say like the creativity, design, and the executions. Yeah.
Thank you, Eday.
Yeah.
Well, what about judging? Do you do a different style of judging depending on the category, like vehicles or Gundam or sci-fi?
You go. You go.
Okay, so I think as I just mentioned before,
Yeah.
creativity, inspiration. I think this is like
Okay.
by the time when I step in, this is what you're trying to get.
Okay.
Okay, but when you go to the actual judging itself, I think in my way, I will follow from the directions from the modelers. For example, like if you build a diorama,
Okay.
okay, I will focus on your intentions, your focus. So is diorama is we talk about a piece that can tell a story,
Exactly.
right? So when I look at it without you telling me, I got some sense of what you want to tell about. So it's not just you put a model kit and then you put a base and then you call it diorama. For me, it's not because it doesn't have a story. Because if you want to do diorama, I will see from the diorama perspective. But if you want to go with the painting, colors, I will use that direction to see that. Because I can't use one aspect, let's say detailing, or you only do painting, no detailing, no, it's not. No, I will follow like what is your directions?
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So it means that are you doing like the best on the direction that you choose? Something like that. So it's more kind of like flexible, depends on you.
It
Yeah.
depends on the mode. Yeah. I get it. Okay.
And then,
What about you, Kenny?
For me, personally, I feel that I want to have a piece that gives me the kind of impact. If it's just a drama, so I was thinking that it must be, I can tell whether the feelings, sadness, boredom, or doom, or whatever the kind of things that it gives me. So with that kind of impact, I can actually relate to the piece, and then I can better judge, in terms of presentation, everything. Yeah. So that's why I feel that this is very important to me in terms of the whole layout. Yeah.
did you ever feel sad when you see diorama? Have you ever found like a diorama that because it's sad?
Because most of the time it's technical stuff. People will be just putting lots of details and parts into it, but it's
Like
impressive.
your story,
It's impressive, yeah.
storytelling.
Yeah, correct. But
The storytelling.
yeah, you need a storytelling partner.
Yeah.
Now, for each contestant here at PSMS, what advice would you give them?
So down.
Let's go Eday first.
Okay, advice. I think for whatever you build, you need to stay focused because people tend to have like, for example, like we used to have these terms: go big or go home. You can go big, but without a clear intention, like, are you going to build diorama? Are you going to focusing on your detailing? Or are you going to refine the model itself? Or are you trying to redesigning kind of like new interpretations of the model kits that you're doing? But sometimes people tend to forget that. So they mix everything together. So that's something I don't know whether you guys have encountered when you saw an entry. It's like so big, but somehow you feel like it's messy. It's not solid.
Right.
And you don't know what's going.
Yeah, cool.
Right? For example, like if I want to focus on the painting, painting effect, like modulation or what, then you will see most people, they don't put a lot of decals because that's the focus that they want to show.
I see.
Right? But you ever saw someone entry like the color is so much happening, and then there's lots of decal, there's lots of panel line, fake panel line. I feel like it's so messy, but you don't know what's going on because they are lacking of focus. It's like, what is your main like directions? So if you sing, like you have it, I want to sing pop, I want to sing rock. You can mix everything together, but of course you can put a little bit kind of like a variation in the middle of that, but stay focused to that. I think that's the key because this is where you can better focus on what you want to show in order to putting into the competition piece. Yeah, I think that will be like a key fundamental for me to to let the modelers to have a better kind of like preparations and mindset to works on the model kits. Yeah.
Okay, so staying focused.
Yeah, stay focused on your theme, directions, right?
Yeah, I do agree with Eday. Yeah, I do agree with Eday because you need to have an intention of what you want to portray. So sometimes people who rely too much on their specialized skills, panel lining, detailing, so they tend to lose focus. In the end, they do not know the piece is like very confusing what it's trying to tell us. Is it because you have a lot of skills, you want to put a lot of details? Okay, that's about it. But I don't have anything groundbreaking about it. So this is the thing we are looking at refreshing stuff, on this side. Yeah.
And this kind of thing has nothing to do with the creativity and idea.
Okay.
Because this is more like I can have an idea. I can choose a different kind of way to execute it. You see what I'm saying? I can put it in an diorama. I can put it in the way I paint it. So sometimes you see people like they paint a picture in the camera, right? But the thing is that when you when you have to translate your idea into a model kit, okay, you should choose what are the key approach that you want to use, okay, to showcase that piece of work. Right, you can't mix everything together. You may like so like just like you enjoy it. It's like you do a model kit. You can't mix like studio the short pants and go to the no. You stay with your theme. But if you want to make a little bit fun, maybe you can wear sneakers with a suit. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun part. But you don't put everything like a top bottom. This yeah. I think focusing on the direction of the executions that you want to do it at. And of course, creative idea is design is kind of different kind of like topics again. But this is, I think, the most crucial thing. So, yeah.
Appreciate that,
Yeah.
Kenny. Well, so you've already seen all of the entries here?
Yeah.
PSMS. Have you both noticed any emerging themes or specific builds that's consistent each entry?
Well, I'm seeing
Like in dioramas,
that dramas is like people are moving towards storytelling now,
storytelling.
Yeah, if I do something, they need to have a plot. Then if I say the judges, the audience, they tend to relate to the model kit, the entry more. You see. So I feel that it's more endearing. Sometimes I look at the model kit and know, oh, this is some series. They're depicting a scene or something like that. I can feel it. I can feel that work being done in it. But there's less focus on the detailing skills, which is I think it's inevitable, you see, because people tend to, when it goes to the part about storytelling, so you tend to ease on detailing certain parts, which I think is okay, because I really like to see people who do an entry that tells a story. Nowadays, this is the trend. I think it is going. Yeah. How about you guys?
I think the trends found here is like of course they do some have like interesting, but I mean, to be honest, like I think the models, I mean, people need to be like more brave and to explore, because I know like there's a lot of good builds and stuff like that. Okay, but I mean, sometimes you will see the model kit. It's great, it's nice, but I have seen this kind of things many times. Let me give an example, like Sazabi, right?
Yes.
Like if somebody come up with a Sazabi modeling details and stuff like that, no matter how good it is, it's still lacking of those kind of wowness anymore. Because the way of doing that is been over and over and over, repeated and repeated again. Am I right? Right. So I think like Sazabi, maybe New Gundam is like one of like the most challenges model kits that if you want to go beyond, because because you can see that from my observation, it goes to the point like where there's a stagnant, where there's some sort of like a limitation on how we can actually push more further and bring something fresh and new to that modification and works. And the other thing is that I found out getting pick up the trend, I think in the sense of the way they painted. It used to be like like a back to I can't remember like when was that? Of course I saw on a photo like a long time ago. Of course a straight view, panel line and stuff like that. But this time I saw a lot of people like trying to put different kind of like color painting approach, for example, like modulations, a much more weathering kind of like works you can see here. Which I think is also interesting because you don't probably see just a clean view or what, but you can start to people to, instead of doing a lot of modification, I do a lot of modification in terms of how I'm applying the colors.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So I think this is something I noticed in the sense of the entry, especially in the science fictions category. But of course, like I think the diorama works here, things I see here is like it's very impressive. Like I mean, like I haven't saw a very impressive diorama for quite some time, yeah. Especially when you see like in the process, you can feel the sense of the scale.
Yeah,
it's different, and yeah, I really enjoy to see all the entry here, from the experience.
Yeah, so I've checked the entries too, and there's a lot of storytelling with the dioramas.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting point about like the Sazabi. That's a perfect example, and the new
New Gundam,
one, like,
yeah.
what would you do to make it not, to make it different, to make it top out.
Yeah.
So that's a good point.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Eday and Kenny. We'll be moving forward to Kenny about
Okay.
Tetsujin.
Sure. Okay.
Yes, actually, we'd like to know life history of Tetsujin.
Sure.
And what were the biggest challenges you faced when founding Tetsujin?
Well, actually, one of the biggest challenges I face is the resources. So, we started out in Singapore. We don't have this kind of competition. It's always done by our local distributor. So for us, it's like there's a local hobby shop. So they want to do this thing. So I was invited to do this. So as a modeler myself, I take part in GBWC and various competition. So I want to bring the sense of how when you're a modeler, you do part in the competition, that kind of feeling. You see. So I want to make sure that as I still have that kind of the feeling. That is the challenge. You see, to how to make people convinced that Tetsujin is professional.
Yeah.
How to convince people that when they come here, they'll get judged in the correct way and make sure that everything is fair. And then basically they are in safe hands. You see. So that's the thing I've been working on since day one. You see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not an overnight thing. It will take a few years. But I think looking at where I am now, from where we started, right, we are there. Yeah, we are getting there, or we are there already.
Yeah.
People who close to Tetsujin knows that they are actually playing in a very fair competition, and the judges are all high caliber professional, kind of thing. Yeah. So this is something that I think this is one of my biggest problem, and I think that we have achieved that.
It's like, yeah. Can I have you build on top of that? I know that is your questions, but I want to have I want to build on top of, because this is also what I know from Kenny as well. I mean, like what he was looking at. I think everything was started from the dream. Dream as like you as a model. Okay, when you put something into the competitions, there's so much expectations on how you want the competitions is going to be organized and how they're going to qualify or maybe judging your works.
Yeah.
Okay. I think writing on that, like comparing with the different kind of like competitions, I think that was like the key motivations, like what Kenny and Tetsujin has been trying to do, right? So I mean, it's not just because like we want to have they want to have like some more professional competition. Of course, this is what we want to aim, but I think it's like hopefully if we can really make a strong statement like for whatever happened in Tetsujin, it's like it's a proof one of the professional of the how Tetsujin judging the entry and how we define the quality and stuff like that, because this guy Tetsujin believe whatever piece that they put as a champion is the representing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's the representing of the quality. That's what we believe. Right. So I think that was like the most crucial.
Definitely. That's one of the most.
Sorry, I'm answering your question. You can answer you can take my question.
That's perfectly fine. Actually, I was going to ask you, what was your major role in the founding of Tetsujin?
Actually, I always started as a judge. Okay, I've been I think what was that? I can't remember, like almost I think the first time when we did Tetsujin offline in the mall was like the first judge or so.
Yeah, you would.
So I was like being I started as a judge, and I also like always as a judge until today. And of course, like I knew Kenny also like he is my good friend as well. But I think personally, I don't like really just taking the part as a judge, because I also want to make sure it's like for whatever I involve is aligned to what I believe, and it really can, and also like I need to believe that this is like the things that we want to build together to like bring much more impact to the community, Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think that was like the most crucial part, like what makes me being part of Tetsujin until today, right? Even though I come in PSMS here as well, because I believe that how the things has been done and organized, the vision, everything. That's why I'm more than happy to come. Yeah, it's a really big pleasure. Yeah,
Thank you for coming.
yeah.
So how did you go about creating the first official rules of this competition?
Okay, it really depends on the categories we have, you see. So, because we have a basic category and an advanced category, and then some special category, depending on the year, you see. So, basic, of course, we focus more on the basic, all the elementary kind of skills. So, we will tailor our rules and regulations to that. Place more emphasis on this part, you see, for basic category. For advanced, it's more like, we have the standard rules, dimensions and creativity, all those kinds of noise. Yeah, but basically, we want to give the contestant free rein of what their subjects, you see. Their subjects, the materials they use, and the brands they don't have to worry about. They can't use this brand, branding them with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that way, we open up their creativity. People tend to be more brave, able to try new stuff, and new stuff, things that they don't have a chance to do. They finally have a chance to go to a stage, and present it to people. See. So this is what is inspiring people to try Tetsujin, able to try stuff that they don't have.
Have those rules ever changed over time, or have they been?
Yeah, we actually we listen to our participants, to be frank. So there are some feedbacks, and over time we will start to tweak, here and there, to make sure that it makes the competition more fun, and not like it's so restrictive. You do this, you get X, all this and that. So we even have like cases where there's one good example actually. We have this dimension, right? Let's say for certain category, we have a 50 cm dimension, and we have this young girl who came from Indonesia, so he was taking part. He misread the rules again. So let's say he came with a 60 by 60 diorama. So actually, based on our rules, we can actually disqualify her. But we didn't, you see. So what we did was that we make a square. This is 50-50. We place it on top of the entry, hollow square, and put it on top of the entry, and that's where we judge. That's how we did it, you see. So that, the ways that we do this is that we don't want to disappoint contestants. They make the effort, they do everything here, so we don't want to, because there's some technical issues, technical misunderstanding, we reject them, you see.
Yeah.
So, the girl won something in the end, but everyone was happy about it, you see, because we tell them what we do. We say, this is fair, and this is what we can do. We're going to cater for everyone. Yeah, if we can. Yeah. Yes.
How many judges are there in Tetsujin?
Usually we have 3 to 5 judges, depending. Yeah, we do invite overseas judges today. Yeah, and
Was Naoki one of them?
Naoki was here this year.
Just a guess.
But isn't here?
Yeah. It can be a little bit on top of that, because I think there's we can also make this a platform to share a bit. So you talk about like the category, right? So we understand that the modeling world and community is changing. It's changing, right? So we have to we always have a constant discussion about like open up to the different kind of like approach. For example, like of course we haven't decided exactly what it is, but let me give an example. Like for example, if you look at nowadays, we talk about the young new model. Okay, during our time, we build model because we want to join competitions, we want to feel something great. But nowadays, there's a trend of I build model kits because I want to make a content.
Right.
Okay. So we also look at this group of people, and we also kind of like think about like what we can do with this, bunch of people with a different kind of approach, intentions, right? So that's why like by hopefully like for whoever they get in touch with a model kit, we can have the platform for them. So it's maybe hopefully at the end of the day you're like just building model kits.
Yeah.
But it can be anything. But the foundation is about the model kit itself. You got one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Have there been any model kits or customization techniques that caught your eye? Were there any specific what are specific model kits or customization techniques you saw in Tetsujin before in the past?
Give me like a unique
Let's
technique.
Well, I don't really have a certain liking for certain style or what, but because since day one until now, I can see that a lot of people have been taking part, and then the style has been evolving. So for once I can see people doing technical skill, then next people start doing storytelling with lies and all those things. So there's always something new for me when it comes to technology. Yeah.
I think for me it's like in a competition we have a two at least category. We call it basic and advanced, open course. So let's talk about the open course. So in the terms of open course, actually, for me personally, I'm not really care about like what kind of technique that you are using. But if I really care about a technique, I will go to the out of the box category, because this is where you guys play with your technique, your seam line, your tidiness, that kind of things. But when it goes to the advanced, what is the advanced all about? Creativity. You push yourself. You're creating something new. Everything is about an idea. If you can representing your idea well, means that you had a good skill to execute it. Am I right? So it doesn't matter like you have kind of stuff. It's not about like how many plugins that you are using, how many hours that you have been building, right? It's about the final product, because because we're not talking about the cutting plug competitions or how many panel lines that you are making, right? So technique for me is a must-have. So it's not a part of like a discussion in a sense. But of course, there's out of the box category where we will look at your technical skill when you just start about Gunpla. But open course, like for example, like if you're an athlete, you go for running competition, you win. Like nobody care how you train. They will see like you run fast, you win, you go to the finish line. This is all the competition is all about. Yeah, yeah. So I think maybe this can be I hope they can be an input for the model, because sometimes they will see like I joined competition because I put a lot of works there, and then at the end maybe they are not getting anything. They feel upset about it. But again, if you join the open competition, open category customization, we not look at the like how many like craft works or like an hour that you spend, but we talk about your final products. Exactly. Like the I mentioned before, the impressions, the inspiration, the creativity and stuff. If you're good, you can execute it well. Means that you have a good technical skill. Am I right? So you look at all the customization piece. If they do it well, so impressive. Like look at the diorama here. It's an instant like okay, the technical, no doubt. Yeah. Because it can bring the idea come to you. Yeah, I think that would be from my point of view. Yeah.
So you've made it clear that having like this foundation skills like a good knowledge of fundamentals should be able to execute an idea the best it could. Yeah. I just have a quick follow-up question. Were there any instances where, let's say, a contestant had were a bit lacking in the fundamentals, but for some reason they were able to get their intention very clear, and it maybe caught your attention?
Yeah, I did. I mean, like in this today this competition, actually, there's one entry that both of us we kind of like picked that one. I mean, in terms of the executions, there's a lot of room to improve. I mean, seriously, honestly, fundamental. But in terms of the idea how he presented the kid, I think probably like the only one that can come with those kind of like approach.
Yeah. It's like you look at it.
Okay, so you
look at the entry, you can tell.
It's honestly a bit motivating.
Yeah. You know what? Because like it's very important, because some people might use the approach. Okay, I will learn a lot of skill. Yeah. By having a lot of skill, I can do better kids. No, it's wrong. I mean, for me, it's wrong. Yeah. Because you have to brave enough. I want to make something super unique or creative, but by having a very clear focus on the things that you want, then naturally you'll find a way how to execute it. If you have a very good skill, no idea what you're going to execute. I don't know what to do. Yeah, well, do you know how to make a water diorama? You don't know, right? No. But if I told you have to make it, then you will find a way how to make the water diorama. You're not waiting until one day I have a skill to make the water diorama, then I will make the water diorama. No. Me personally, I think Kenny also, because we have this kind of like visions or intention. This is what we want to build. Then we challenge ourselves. How are we going to solve it? As long as you have the idea, then you will find your own way. Any kind of way. There's no like a standard. You have to do this and that. You have to use this kind of tools. Or no. Yeah, like
You're saying as long as you have vision and
exactly.
also experience will or mileage will help you develop that foundation like that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I think maybe like to make it easy to understand, I can give another example of the analogy. Like, have you guys, any of you guys, coming from a designer background? No.
Designer?
No. Okay, let me give it a try. Let's say you have a tablet, right? You have a digital painting, tools, everything was there. Okay, you know how to operate the tools, but you don't know what to draw. You don't have an idea. But if you have an idea, even like just give you a piece of pencil, you come up with a masterpiece because you have a great idea. It's the same as when you're doing a modeling, right?
To be eye-catching.
Yeah. So always start with the creativity and the idea and focus with that. And then,
This guy's actually an artist.
So,
by the time I mention about it, you understand what I'm talking about. Right?
yes, definitely.
When you're an artist, any tools, I can make it great. But you're lacking an idea, I give you like millions of dollars worth of tools. You can't come up with anything unless I told you what to do. Then you become an executor,
That's true.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, going back to Tetsujin, could you tell us how Tetsujin evolved from the beginning till now?
Evolved in terms of
I think we were going to start like a 2009 from the shop competition.
oh yeah.
That was the time it started.
Okay. I think we started in 2004 actually.
Yeah, we actually have a 20 years anniversary this year.
All right.
This year.
Yeah.
Last year already. But I think we have back when we started, right, it was just a small store, we just put tables and all those things, and we have entry like what they have here. They say, but it was a small event, and I was the first one of the first few contestants actually. Yeah. So we have simple prizes. We just have and then there's some local judges, and then we did the judging all this and that. So it was to me, it's a very informal affair, but it's fun, because it brings the community together and the opportunity for them to do. So from there, we actually took we took for 2004 to 2005. Then we took a 10-year break. So the next one was 2017, I think. So that's where we put everything on paper. I mean, we get the proper judges. We actually go to the mall, and then we get the whole thing set up. Like GBWC, the kind of thing. You see. So that's how we improve, you see. So now we have the LED walls, everything. Everything was proper. We got charges, we got prices. We finally become proper. And then then 2018, 19 we did the same thing. That's where we get some publicity. People start to learn about Tetsujin, and they learn that we have higher standards and things. So what I'm glad about is not really about the event itself. What I'm glad about is the people who come to join us. Those who came to join us the first year, who doesn't know anything, just basic stuff. Over time, then they start to get interested, and then they start coming back, and then they start to improve. And I can see, because as an organizer, as a judge after the first few years, I can see that they have been improving, progressing. They've been daring to try new stuff. So I feel that Tetsujin is like a beacon of bravery. It's like try new stuff, man. Do all the things that you don't dare to do. Learn it as you try new stuff. You make mistake, you learn. That's how the modelers improve, right? Especially in Tetsujin,
So I think I can share a little bit from my experience when to the things that you just mentioned. So I have this experience like I think 3 years ago. I think after COVID. I think COVID. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's this one contestant. He's a ghost, and she's from Indonesia. So she was joining competitions in an open course. So as usual, in a Tetsujin, usually like after we finish the whole event, we will have this moment where we the judges and the contestants, we have like gathering. We can share the idea. the contestant will ask a question and stuff like that. And then the girls that joined at that time, like he didn't wear out anything, of course. They come to me and he asked for she asked for my opinion. And you know, when people come to me, I mean personally, like when I ask for opinion, I would like you know, I will go brutally honest.
Yeah.
And after that, I kind of feel really that I hope that she's not feel upset with that. And then like and that's all. And after that, the next year she didn't come back, she didn't join until this year. She won the second place in the open category. And she got like a couple of awards from the judges award, especially one of them from me. I'll give her like a my choice award. It's not because she get the a good piece, but is I want to tell people like when it comes to the judges choice awards, it's not about the model kids. It's beyond that. It's something that I really want. I will appreciate the spirit coming back strong, get to the podium.
I did.
Imagine like how many of us can do that,
Yeah.
right? I mean, like, you know, some people like get upset. They come up with a lot of excuse or what, but I think it's normal. It's like everybody reaction because at the end of the day, it's your choice. Okay, if you want to do better, you fail, you go back, you learn, you improve, you come back, or you go back, you complain and ranting and complain and ranting and never come back.
Yeah.
You stay where you are. It's okay. It's a choice because at the end of the day, it's all about yourself. Okay, it's not about like you gain like support from the community or what. No, it's not about that. We are not doing a political stuff. We are doing a piece of food. Am I right? So I think this is something like I hopefully that you know everybody can you know chill, relax, fail this time is fine, come back stronger. Right?
Real talk from Eday.
Yeah.
I was actually supposed to ask what role did innovation and creativity play? But
And then got on the six. Yeah.
also like what advice you would give to
Yeah.
future Tetsujin contestants.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's move on to the next questions.
Yeah, well, I think that's about it. So I guess one last thing is, Kenny, do you think Tetsujin has the potential to expand to other regions or countries, like being held physically, like in the Philippines, for example? What would it take to reach even more countries?
This takes a certain amount of collaboration between the events, to be frank. Yeah. So in fact, we have Tetsujin event in Indonesia several years back. That was our first international kind of collaboration. Yeah. So it was good, but okay, the challenges that I face is that how do we bring the outfit in Singapore, that kind of standard, that kind of operation to a local event, to a non-local event in another country, you see.
Yeah.
So that's the thing we need to see, because we need to uphold certain standards, certain presentation, that kind of thing, you know, how we present, how we display our entries and all those things. So it's challenging, but I think that it can be done, to be frank.
Okay.
It can be done. So yeah, there's you know, we don't close the door on going to other countries. I'm sure there's some opportunity.
Is there a certain country you have your eyes on? Like maybe you've noticed like a builder scene in a particular country?
I mean, we should want to go. Yeah, like I mean, I think probably this country in Southeast Asia. Yeah, Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia. I think we still can go back there if we have the right opportunity. Is it?
Okay.
Can I add on a little bit on that? Just hopefully to give a little bit more excitement. Yeah, I don't understand. Like you know, we hopefully you guys like we've been asked. We've been getting asked this kind of question a lot. Like, what are you guys doing at President or places and stuff like that? I think one of the biggest one of the objective that this guy and the Tetsujin want to do is like we hope that Tetsujin become an international hub for the all modelings. But it doesn't mean that maybe sometimes like it doesn't mean that we have to create a competition here.
Okay.
Maybe it can be the other way, like why don't you compete here, and then if you win, you fly over to compete with the champion, the other champion for the other country. It could be doing it that way.
Yeah.
Right. I think there will be like create much more excitement and the motivations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
Honestly, I have some friends who wanted to ask that specific question because they honestly want to see Tetsujin here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask that. So thank you, Kenny, for
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
honest opinion.
Yeah. But please again, like if your friend want to see the Tetsujin, let's say if we do it here, remember participant is from you guys, it's a Filipino as well,
It is. Yeah.
right? So that's why I think like, but I do understand what your friend like intended. You want to see like how the motivations has been built up for the locals because in order to join Tetsujin, that's why you will see like hopefully by a much more unique entry as well.
Yeah.
I think that will be like a good motivation as well. That yeah, I think this guy is like have some plan with that.
Yes.
I do want to say though, there's a lot of influencers here in the Philippines who want to join Tetsujin, especially physically. They just don't have like the resources to actually travel to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I just want to say that Tetsujin has definitely given its own influence to the community, inspired a lot of people, and they do want to join. So I do just want to voice that out.
Okay, thank you.
You should take a note, man. This is like a good feedback
Definitely.
for you too. Yeah. So that's why I can have a more reason to come back with you. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much, Kenny.
Alright.
We appreciate all the questions. We're moving on to
It is good.
Ed's Anthology.
Sure.
Ed.
Yeah.
Okay. So volume 3.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell us more? Like, what's the difference from volume 3 from your previous anthologies? Is there like a theme or a message behind volume 3?
Okay. Of course, like you know, for every books that I come out with, I was like you know, the basic standard is it got to be different from book 1, book 2, and book 3. Okay. If you got my book on the volume number 1, so in terms of the design features, you actually can see like actually these are the first book that I made with the QR codes. Like when you look at the book, when you read the book, you scan it and then you can see the video. You can compare at the same time. So I think this is more like executions.
Right.
And then it goes to the second book. I invest on the book design. Like it's 2 books that they fold into 1 book. But when you open it, you can share it. You can read it from this side. I can read it from this side.
Okay. Nice.
So the third one would be a little bit different. I'm focusing more on the content. Okay, of course, you will talk about like Gunpla customizations and design stuff like that. But I'm adding a little bit more kind of like entertaining elements because you know, like when you look at the Gunpla magazine, everything is about motor kits, technical how to start, you know, doing the works and stuff like that. So in this upcoming book, actually, I also create the original character. So imagine when you finish the market, you kind of imagine like who is the pilot? What is the story behind it? So so for example, like the girls that you see at the back here is one of the characters. When this lady at the here, look at the back, yeah, this one. Right after the scopa is a Zaku pilot. Yeah. So that's why. If we look at the book title, it's called "What If."
What if?
What if? Right. So I can say what if actually inspired me a lot in the sense of the words because it somehow it gives you like unlimited freedom. Okay. And I think it's like you know when you come up with the idea, you will think about like that. What is the challenges?
Yeah.
What are the you know things that you want to you know put it as a foundation to start with? For example, like the what if concept is also coming from you know, I don't know whether you guys running on. I think it's running on. But I think one of the foundation I come up with the what if is because like I want to see is Gunpla is freedom is true. Okay, so here's the thing. So we always heard about it, right? So somebody put it on the web, somebody might criticize, oh no, it's okay because Gunpla is freedom. Yeah, maybe. But I think through this, that's why I'm saying like I create my own, you know, design, represent, like for example, the Zaku, and I create my own pilot. It's a what if? Because I say Gunpla is freedom, right?
It is.
But at the end of the day, actually, I found out it's I'm personal.
Of course.
I don't think Gunpla is freedom.
Okay.
Gunpla is a choice.
Oh.
Because for whatever freedom path that you choose, you're actually creating your own rules as well that you need to follow. Am I right?
Oh.
Right? So there's no like out of the way freedom. Even though I choose this freedom, I will follow that path of freedom.
I see.
Right? So maybe for me, like I find it very interesting. So I think like for me, Gunpla is Gunpla freedom. For me, it's no. Gunpla is a choice. It's your choice.
Okay.
What can I say? Right?
Yeah.
Right? So let's say like even though like I paint whatever colors I want to do because Gunpla, no, you paint whatever colors you want to do. You still go with the proper way. You need a brush. You mix the paint with the thinners. You go there for the rules. You can't go freedom. There's a specific rules that you follow. It's a choice. I mean, like this is like a kind of like a personal realizations of like after I working on books and stuff like that. Yeah.
I do like what perspective a lot. It kind of it makes a better explanation or an argument about the term Gunpla is freedom.
Yeah.
That is with that sense, people could just loosely use that term. We discussed that I maybe just at the summit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So it was really eye opening to hear that that is a choice. It became free, but ultimately it's a choice.
yeah, because like sometimes words is I think for me words is very important. Like for me sometimes like when you use the words of freedom, it might be somehow unconsciously lead you to being responsible. Right? Or you can come up with a lot of excuses because like you're not responsible with the stuff that you're doing.
It is.
But you're free to choose. It's like your choice.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Right?
Regarding volume 3, how long did it take to create?
It took me about 2 years. It took me like 2 years. So I think the most time that I spent for the book this side is on the editing and designing the book. So if later on when the book come out, you will see like almost every pages is come up with a different unique design on the layout, on the design element that I put on, with a little bit of the storytelling about the pilot. Yeah, and then also like how I'm presenting the visual, like for example, like when you look at the conventional hobby magazine, you probably expect on how the finished model kit has been presented, the way they take a photo, the background color and stuff like that. So there's in the book there's some pages like I kind of use Photoshop to tweak it like anime scenes, right? So it kind of mix and so by hopefully like it create more kind of like variation or maybe like impressions like more enjoyable to look at the book. So hopefully you will see like in every pages you will find something small, kind of like different detail and stuff like that. Yeah. So
you're saying Gunpla is a choice.
yeah.
Is that one of the takeaways you would book readers to have?
Yeah, Gunpla is a choice. I mean, like, seriously, like, I came before, like, I built, like, for example, like, you look at this one, it's successful, but I look at the whole design, it's not made of the Gunpla, made of more than 80% of parts. It's like from the different model kits. And then I created my own pilot for the design, right? So it's a freedom, but actually, at the same time, I have the rules on creating it. So it's a choice. Because I think, as I said before, the words mislead you pricelessly for being responsible for what you are doing. We cannot use it as an excuse. But Gunpla is free. Then you never like really look that, okay, this is bad, even though it's freedom. But how am I going to fix this?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, right? Like freedom of speech, anything, Some people like go too far and stuff. Yeah.
It's an excuse.
Yeah, it's an excuse for me. I mean, like, yeah. So I hope that the readers can get a more inspiration in the sense, like, there's so many things that we can do with model kit. I mean, it can goes beyond the model kit.
Wise words from Eday. Yeah. Do you think poetry reflects an evolution in your approach to use public?
I can't, or I don't want to say it's an evolution. Okay, I think it's more like a different kind of approach. Because if I take it as an evolution, it means that it might be sounds too big for me. Because like it sounds too big because like evolution is you make a lot of big changes. So I don't want to be affected by that because okay, I have been doing something. I was like, okay, this is just another new idea. So in the future, like I will keep on pushing myself, like, okay, I have to do better than this. But if I take it as an evolution, it means that okay, I gotta stop for a while. Well, not seriously. Like I'm the top of the world right now, so people will stay. I mean, like maybe it's just like something. Like I keep motivating myself, like how you can keep on moving. So evolution, no, maybe the way of approach is different. Storytelling, original character design, building a Gunpla with the less of the model kit from the Gunpla series, and then investing a lot on the design of the book itself. So I think there will be like a totally new approach for me for this time. Yeah. So hopefully in the future, because this is going to be the final chapter, but will be free.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe in the future, if I come up with something like that, it's going to be, I aim to have like a totally different,
Okay.
a totally different approach in the sense like maybe the way you enjoy the book is not like a conventional way,
Yeah.
right? But I don't know what it is. I do have some idea, but we'll see. Yeah.
New series, something different from.
But it's more than just a book.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not about okay, of course. But I want to bring a new experience on how people enjoying the information,
Okay.
not the book information,
Exactly.
right?
Okay.
So it can be, I don't know. Like we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, folks. So there you have it. Per Ed's book, Volume 3. Get it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so thanks so much, Eday. We appreciate that. We've been wanting to ask a ton of questions for your book, and we got everything from you. So moving on, let's talk about your techniques and builds.
Okay.
So Kenny, what about you? Do you prefer clean builds or weathered?
Okay, yeah. Clean builds has always been before my go-to. When it comes to certain builds, so you can see that my colors are vibrant. It can be vibrant and muted. Yeah, and I'm very adapt to doing high details. That they say pipeline is boring and all those things. Yeah, but that's how I say Gunpla is a choice. It's not really freedom. So I have a choice. I choose to do what I like. Yeah. So there's like clean builds, monster builds, add-ons, and all this thing. Of course, I always have a concept in mind and say how do I go about approach my the builds by projects. You see. Yeah. So yeah, clean build has always been my Because a lot of people have been asking me why don't you do weathering or all this? Because it adds to it. But I tell them that I just like clean build. I just like the standalone that kind of thing. Although it doesn't really tell me a story, but it's my story. The kind of thing. Yeah.
To each his own.
Fair.
What about you, Eday? Clean build or?
And before I answer, let me build something on yours. Okay, let me answer your question a little. You always spoken about it, but if you look at the Kenny was from my own observations, he always have this unique technique. Maybe you guys don't realize it, but if you look at the detail, why the things looks more like have more depth. So usually when he build a model kit, he will use two model kits, the same exact model kit. He will use the same armor to create the overlapping armor.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually create the depth. So usually people will just put a panel line.
Yeah.
So instead of, panel line is creating a detail like the depth, but it's more flat. So what Kenny did most of the time, which is I kind of observe and I quite impressed, is like he always uses two model kits using the same armor. Let's say you armor on the hands, the arms he will use the same, but he will just put it one more layer on the top and put it into different pattern. Yeah.
That's how we do it. Then keep it at.
Yeah. For example, like if you look at this one, the shoulder. two-piece. This is how we do it. Right. All right, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it.
Yeah. So me, okay. So I think that I'll talk about what I like first. Okay, I like to go with the so-called like a mechanical detailing, mechanical details, kind of like yeah, and plain blue as well. And actually, there's a lot of story behind why I go for this kind of direction. Of course, like we start, as a newbie and stuff like that. So I never do any weathering because I'm not good at it until today. And I don't use the decals. If you look at my build, I don't use decals, right? And the reason because I'm not good at putting a decals. Because I think it's because like long time ago when I start to work on a Gunpla as a new artist, I remember like I tried to put a decals, like and never get things set in the perfect way. Like there'll be like a silvery edge. They will like never like blending with the armor. I was so frustrated. I was so like, how do you use deco? What are the things that I need to create in order to complement that detail? Because deco is a part of the details, right?
It is, yeah.
So that's why this is the way I approach. Like, maybe I should add this and that. So that's why this is mechanical things is coming in, right? So it's become the focus of the work that I'm doing, just because I don't have a decals. Well, and then I focusing on creating something else. So I think maybe it can be like maybe a small advice. Like if you're not in some certain technique, doesn't mean that it's becoming your limitation, but it can be the stepping stone for you to discover other things to complement that kind of like weakness, right? And I also do in my model kits I don't do any top coat because I have a big trauma with that. Like long time ago, yeah, like I was still working on modelers. Like I was like painting my model kits in the midnight, like so tired. And then I was still using a spray can, right? The top coat. And there's a time that I almost finished everything about the top coat, everything. I get the wrong can. It's a primer. I spray it, it's all become gray. And I saw pissed off, and I saw like I don't want to use it anymore. But how? So that's why I kind of like find a way on how to achieve a flat finishing or gloss finishing without the top coating. So that's why I have to discover on how to mix with the paint, the layers of the paint that you apply, right? So this is what I'm saying. There's no like there's no like a standard of like how you have to do in some certain way. But the thing is like what you want to achieve with that, what you want to do. If you know what you want to do, then you will find your own way, right?
It's like a perfect example.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what about color schemes? What's your favorite color scheme?
I think every color is beautiful. Okay, I like all the colors, especially the book number 3 is like a very powerful book.
I've seen, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think it's like I think it's more like on the tones. So I like something a bit more pastel. So, especially on the model kit. And the reason I was using that because like as I mentioned, like my model kits usually more focused on the mechanical detail. Where when I put the colors on the mechanical detail, it needs to be metallic color, like a shining, bright silver chrome. So the armor color should be subtle. When the armor color is like too bright, too contrast, it might be against the mechanical details that I want to apply. Yeah. So again, like it's a choice because I want to focus on the mechanical detail. So I have to tone down a little bit on the colors of the armor and not putting too much decal and not too much panel lining.
It's a little distracted from the.
Exactly.
You want to shoot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like choosing the focus that you want to show, not put everything detail. So detail is it's not about quantity; it's about quality, right? Yeah.
It's actually very perfect. Yeah. What would you think? I know that you're a fan of great color schemes. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess you know
You
that.
do your research, right?
Okay. Actually, you're exactly phantom. If I've read.
Sakufan, yes, that's a great color. Okay, so basically gray is a very neutral tone. So it's great for blending in with other colors. You see, any colors from the whole spectrum. You see. So, but for me, gray is like a middle ground. so I can add gray, then I'll work on it, like that because I'm more specialized in detailing, adding complex shapes to a normal shape, I just add on and all this. So my colors will be very muted. So not that if it's a lot of color scheme, very distracting, vibrant color, it tends to be very fragmented. So the whole presentation, you don't see the flow of the kit that you're doing, is it? Yeah. So to me, the silhouette is very important, followed by the color scheme, is it? Yeah.
Like from far away.
Yeah, you can see the whole presentation. But some of the model kits can see, they do one, but so far you can see it's like fragmented. You can't really tell what is it. So I'm trying to avoid that. You see, so my color is always very muted. But it's also because of my details, like what Eday has said. Mechanical details I also do a bit. In fact, I also quite focused on internal details. You see, so my internals is always metallic color. Yeah, and then that's where my armor is also muted, so it brings it out as well. You get that? Yeah.
Could you walk us through your full build process?
The full book process, then I gotta go grab my breakfast. It's going to be a long talk.
In fact, I don't have any structured, I don't really have any structured plan, you see. Yeah. Yeah, because most of us are dictated by our views, are dictated by our skills, you see. So if your preference is this, you like clean load, you will go towards that direction, then you'll think like, okay, I will choose a subject that is very tuned to my style, you see. So maybe big armor stuff, then I can do all the detailing and stuff, So, but the first thing I always consider is my end product, right? I want to do something. What is the thing I want to do? Yeah, heavy armor, amphibious, or plane or something that is half plane, half robot, that kind of thing. So then I will look at imagine the silhouette, how we look at wings, how we look like with extra armor, this kind of thing. Yeah. So then I plan out the process, what are the kits that I need, I buy a few boxes of same stuff, start to put them together, like the gray set. Yeah, that's how I do. Then I slowly evolve, My idea will come not at the start. It's always in the process of doing it. Then I will start to have form what I want and then make it more concrete. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your
Asura gray, yes.
Yeah, at first it looked HQ, but I was really surprised. It was actually 1 over 100 scale. So
yeah,
it's big.
It's big, right?
What about you, Eday? How do you do your process? Like the that project went maybe?
Wow, that was like it's more than 10 years ago. Yeah, that was 2000.
Right, GBWC.
Yeah. I think I can say like nowadays like the process is like it depends on the focus I want to say. For example, like this coming new book, so you will see like the unique design that is being applied across the model kits in the book. It's a new design of the leg.
The legs, I've noticed that.
Yeah. So if you stay a little bit longer later, I will explain on the stage with some behind the scenes. Okay. So I think like usually for me it's like I will like get inspired from like some specific elements. For example, like if I inspired by this can come as a backpack, or can become like a starting from the weapon. So it depends on what sort of like inspiration or directions that I want to key highlight in this specific model kits. For example, like if we talk about Project Grand, the whole inspiration is creating a big planes, like a jet fighter, right? So you see the result in the middle, it's just like a pilot. So the starting point is like, okay, I need to lay out the look or the design to make it form like a base, like a jet fighter, like a plane. And then this is how your design going, right? So there is no specific. I have to, going to that you have to sketch it. No, it depends on like okay, I want to focus on the weapon. I want to create unique weapons. Then we start with the weapons. Once I finish with the weapons, then what sort of like model kits that can be complements to the weapons? Right. So sometimes like if you see some words, right, you see like some elements will be like the key highlight, right? The key highlight of that design as well. So I think that will be the thing. I think this is more like a process of the idea. But if we talk about the executions, when the idea is set, it's time for you to put everything together, do the modifications. I always go with the weights. I always put the piston for the waist part. And then after this, you can go to the chest and the arm, and the leg will be always the last one. But this one, the leg is the first one. Yeah. So yeah, it depends on like what sort of like directions that you are. I'm approach. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I did saw one of your covers, like it was all the legs. I've seen a lot of work of your legs, social media. I think it was a brace. I've seen one of your
Yeah. The work in progress stuff, right? Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do you for you both? How do you maintain consistency in working in one big build, for example, one complicated build? How do you maintain consistency?
Yeah, suffer bro. Okay, so for me, right, if it's a very complex build, right, what I do is I just break it up into several sub assemblies. Then I'll just tackle them bit by bit, you see. But usually I will go for the main body first, build up the stuff, then I'll start to go to the next side. That's how this very systematic kind of way of doing things. That's how I keep track, and I don't lost focus on all the things. Because that's very important actually. And of course, to me, timeline is very important. I need to set the timeline, how fast or how much time I need to do certain stuff and all those kind of things. So the planning is very important, to be frank. Yeah, a lot of people tend to lose track. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you. What about you?
I think for me it's like as I told you, like I like to explore idea. So for me, there's no consistency. So here's the example. The books that is coming out is actually have 6 different model kits, and through the process, actually there's more than 15 model kits. So it's because I have the idea. So in the meantime, I was like trying. Maybe this week I will try to build on this one. You're trying to get a mojo in a sense, like how you get a sense, the excitement with this kind of design suitable on this one. Yeah, so for me, it's like one idea can expand to the different thing and for me, it's like I need to try in a different kind of like model kits. Model kits, and that's why you can get a sense of which one works better. And once you have decided, it will be like an easy and fast kind of like executions in terms of words and stuff like that. Right? That's why sometimes you get burned out in the middle of the build because you don't try another thing. Because there's a lot of case happens like I was in the middle, like goes up to like 50 or 60% of the build, and then I was trying on something, and I find this is more exciting, and I was like just putting this behind, and actually I have like an ongoing progress, that's been left behind from this books project. I think it's about like more than 10 pieces. Yeah, more than 10. But of course, I haven't finished all, but maybe sometimes I just leave it there. Yeah.
I did see Kenny's Zappo Phantom. I think that was like a whip from last year. So then you just finished it this year. Is that right?
Yeah. This is a mere starting of this year.
It really does happen.
Finally, right?
Yeah.
It's no time. No time.
What do you mean about time? We're done? No. There's more. Let's get.
I'm silent. Good. Well, do you like that?
Yeah, great. We actually taste guys very much. You can sort of a pleasure in also be able to get to know both of you. And any final words? Any final words?
One last question.
Sure.
What is your favorite Deadlift series?
For me, Wing series.
Wing.
Yeah, and then they have a revival, so I'm like aesthetic, man. Yeah. Okay, this year. Yeah.
I'm sorry that I don't like them at all. So if you have give me a little bit time, I can explain a bit. So I went to this hobby Gunpla is by accident. So I'm a toy collector. Okay, with Kamen Rider, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually collecting Kamen Rider collection. So back in 2004, so it's actually on my birthday. So my colleagues, who has no idea about this hobby, figure and stuff like that, they just randomly bought a PG Gundam wing as a birthday gift because they thought like this is the same as what you're collecting, and they gave it to me as a gift. And I was like, what is that? And I just put it in my, my room, in my corner of room for maybe like one year plus. And it comes to the moment I feel like I'm going to try to build it. And that's the first time I tried to build Gunpla. I used like industrial glue and build the PG Gundam wing. And for me, it's like, how come it's so difficult to put everything together, right? And then I start to interest because every time when I get the challenge on how, facing the difficulty, I find a way how to solve it, right? And I finally found a friend, which is my colleague, which is also build Gundam. I said like, hey, can you help me? This is like, how come? I heard that Perfect Grade is like the most premium motor kits from Bandai. Like that, how come it's so difficult? And then my friend came to my house. He said like, dude, okay, this is Daban, not Bandai. I said, oh, what's the difference? I said, it's a bootleg. I said, oh, okay. So that's the purpose here. So, and because of that kind of like a craftsmanship, and I see a lot of like, it's like a white canvas that you can do lots of stuff. That's what I like. And I don't watch Gunpla. I watch Kamen Rider. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andy and Eday. Honestly, want to ask more questions, but it looks like we're out of time. But there's always next time. Who knows? Tetsujin might be in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So again,
or maybe we see you guys in Singapore. And then we can have like a interview with the local artists and like everybody come here. You never know. You never know.
Yes.
Yeah.
thank you so much, Eday.
It's good to see you guys. Huh?
Guys.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, sorry.
So good to see you.
Yes.
I'm having a good time. Like
Thanks for having us.
talk more.
Yeah, have a good time.